Have you ever had anybody ask, what's your zodiac sign? Or heard people say, oh, I'm such a Cancer, I'm such an Aries, or something like that. Maybe you've looked in a magazine or a newspaper and see the horoscopes or the zodiac predictions for the week, so you can look and see what the week has in store for you. Well, let's look into zodiac signs and see if they are demonic or not. So to get into the background, there are 12 different zodiac signs. A person can determine which sign they are depending on the date that they were born. Each of these signs have positive, negatives, and you could supposedly determine your strengths and weaknesses or personality traits. These 12 different signs is part of one of the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. And according to the zodiac sign, these elements influence a person's attitude and overall personality. Plus, you can use your signs to compare with others to see if you are compatible with someone, depending on if they have a compatible sign with your sign. So the biblical perspective on all of this, the Bible clearly states that we should not participate in divination or sorcery, such as in Deuteronomy 18:10-14. Let's read it together. Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritist, or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord, because the same detestable practices the Lord your God will drive out those nations before you. You must be blameless before the Lord your God. The fact of the matter is, zodiac signs, horoscopes, and this type of astrology, looking to the heavens and finding meaning in that, is a false belief that's rooted in divination and sorcery. A lot of people would argue that this kind of stuff isn't that big of a deal, but the belief of astrological signs teaches us that we are born into a zodiac sign, and our personality stems from being born on that day. The Bible is clear that God is the one who created us, and He is the one that gives us our personalities. It's not just because we are born on a day and the way that the stars were aligned determines our personality. God makes each person uniquely you. Nobody else is like you. You are so special to Him. You are unique. And just because you are born on a day and you have a title of a Cancer or Aries or something like that, that shouldn't make a prediction, because you're putting faith in that sign, not faith in God. To summarize, I think Christians should find their identity in Christ alone, not in these types of signs. I feel like harm could be done if Christians truly find meaning in these types of horoscopes, zodiac signs. I feel like there is harm that can be done for Christians that really dive deep into finding meaning in this sort of activity. Reading horoscopes and diving deep into the meaning of certain zodiac signs and seeing if you're compatible with someone depending on their sign and their personality, I believe that's an individual placing hope and faith in these signs and not faith in God. As a believer, you are not defined by your astrological sign. Our identity is found in Christ alone. It is not healthy or beneficial for a believer to find meaning in any of these signs, and this would be partaking in divination, in the occult, which is sinful at its core. And to those that say that this is no big deal and no harm can be done, I believe there is much harm that can be done with this way of thinking. As we all know, zodiac signs are not correct. You cannot predict someone's personality depending on the day that they are born. It's as simple as that. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye now.